Hey there everybody, hope your day is going well. It's your character with Old School Gaming here, and welcome back to another Wild Wednesday. Now, I had totally and completely forgot that there was some random theory about the Lavender Town song, or the song when going through Lavender Town, and hell, by now in my Let's Plays of the First Gen, initially through Lavender Town, just passing through, and then eventually getting to Celadon City. Well, all three, red, blue, and yellow, all have to get there. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. In the meantime, well, let's have a look at, what Proto Mario's theory is on the Lavender Town song isn't a song.
Lavender Town's music is one of the most unnerving tracks in gaming experience. However, that song you hear isn't actually a song.
I'm sorry, what? Can you speak up? Or even if you're not speaking up, can you adjust your audio to where it can actually be heard? I mean, hell, I've raised your audio to actually be heard. I mean, holy hell. I do that all the time with me, but that's just because I'm soft-spoken as hell. Yeah, so just right here, right now, disclaimer, I've raised the audio of the original video, because god damn it's quiet. As for the song not being a song, isn't that an oxymoron? Where you put two words or phrases together that have completely opposite meanings? Except it's, like, an oxymoron entendre?
Hello and welcome back YouTubers to another episode of Pokemon Theories, the show where 9 out of 10 doctors agree Professor Oak isn't really a professor and going to the gym doesn't mean pumping iron.
Well, now with that weird audio clip out of the way, well, hopefully things don't get as screwed up as that, but yeah. Yeah, let's get into the actual theory of why Lavender Town's music isn't actually music, the Lavender Town song isn't a song.
Today's theory was suggested by Substitute as Best Pokemon, and they asked, does Lavender Town's music have any significance? Personally, I have never had a problem with the music of the town, and people seem to think it's creepy, but I honestly don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, honestly, neither do I. I mean, it's just music. It's just the soundtrack for Lavender Town. There really isn't much more to it. But there is a theory. Wonder what that theory is.
But Proto! Lavender Town is creepy! But Proto! That song is creepy! But Proto! I fought Buried Alive and it erased my game!
Actually, I would say, well, okay. The Lavender Town itself could be considered creepy because there's a graveyard right in the center of town, a giant tower dedicated as a graveyard. The song itself, that's more individualistic taste. If you find it creepy, then that's you. That's not everyone. And as for battling something that erases the save game, no, that's impossible. Because if that actually happened, there would be strategy guides on how it happens in order to avoid it. Otherwise, people might have, erase save games all the time and have to start over. Because, I mean, hell, by the time you can actually get into Pokemon Tower and actually battle the Pokemon in there, not just those medium chanters or whatever I forget what the hell they're called. But, yeah, I think they're called channelers because they channel spirits. Or maybe there's something else, I forget, but... yeah, the thing is, without the Silph Skip, you cannot even capture a Cubone in Pokemon Tower at all. But yeah, the point I'm making is that if there was, like, an actual encounter with something that could erase your save game, the strategy guide would say, hey, make sure to avoid doing this, otherwise you may lose your save game. But no strategy guide actually has that, which means people spread lies and misinformation just to see how far it'll spread, as either a troll or as a social experiment kind of thing.
Comment section, pics or it didn't happen. Let's continue though. Lavender Town itself represents the aspect of death, and that can unnerve people easily. So what exactly is the Lavender Town song? Well, let's just take a listen, shall we?
Well, I suppose that could be a little creepy, especially when you're adding the echo effect to the music, because well, it's been a while since I've been in Lavender Town, but that is definitely not the song for it. Well, it is a song, but there's an echo to it, which makes it, well, I guess you could say it's a little more creepy with an echo. But, yeah, otherwise, it's not, at least to me, it's not really creepy.
It's an 8-bit song in the background of Lavender Town. But such a lengthy song for such a small place. Why? Because it's more cue creepy pasta. And then he saw the ghost of Marowak. And then he realized it wasn't dead. And then he realized he was the one who died it. The end. Kidding, guys. Kidding.
That almost sounds like the plot for some cheesy 90s horror story where it's like, oh, these ghosts are haunting these people, but the people we are following that we thought were being haunted are actually the ghosts. Yeah, it was, I want to say Nicole Kidman, the others? Hold on, let me look that up. Yeah, so as I thought, it was the others that I immediately thought of with what you said. And, yeah, that was a decent twist at the time, but nowadays, most people would be able to see it coming a mile away. So, what does this have to do with the song itself? Is it just individual perception, or is there something actually substantial to this theory?
But seriously, Red is a ghost. Kidding.
Yeah, cue massive eye roll.
Back to the theory at hand. All theories aside, Lavender Town's song is the only song that is really focused on. And why is that? The song is creepy. Is that really the only reason? People have gone so far as to even spread a rumor saying that Ghost was in the audio files of the song, which, by the way, has been thoroughly debunked. But, as I stated before, what if the reason it sounds so creepy is because it isn't a song? It happened to me the other day. I was playing Pokemon, and the good old beeping noise was letting me know that my Pokemon was low on health. When I sent out my Pokemon again, its cry was so distorted, it sounded horrible. Then it hit me. That cry sounded a lot like the portion of the Lavender Town song. But when looking into it more, I couldn't find anything. Until I reached Miss Magius, that is. Let me read off Dexter for you. Its cries sound like incantations to torment the foe. It appears when you least expect it. Its cries torment foes. Well, that sounds a lot like Lavender Town music to me, now doesn't it?
Well, honestly, I wouldn't know, because that's not a First Gen Pokemon. But here's the thing, okay? So, there's only so many notes in music, okay? It's a very finite thing. So, if you find some similarities, most likely that's just a coincidence, it's not a connection.
Now, I agree, Miss Magius didn't exist during Pokemon Red and Blue, but Misdrevius may have. And Miss Magius is a ghost Pokemon after all. But Miss Magius can't be found in the wild. And the Lavender Town changes 2 years later, right? Just remember what Dexter said. It appears when you least expect it. And also, remember what I said about Voltorb being a possessed Rotom. It doesn't matter location. Pokemon seem to get around. Also, in one of my earlier theories, we discussed that Silphco was controlling the ghosts in the Lavender Tower to drive up sales for the Silph Scope. Keeping this in mind, after 2 years, the tower was changed into a radio tower, and Mr. Fuji was given control over the graves of said Pokemon in the Soul House. This seemed to brighten up Lavender Town, because once again, the music changed. Though it does sound similar, it is much chipper and upbeat. Take a listen.
Well, when you have another instrument following kind of the same tempo, just at the opposite end of the sound, whereas, you have low sounds, then high sounds. So having another instrument follow the same tempo, and kind of the same beats, but on the opposite end, yeah, it's definitely going to sound a little more upbeat. I mean, at this point, I'm just going to have to take your word for it, because I haven't really played beyond First Gen. Yeah, I still still need to grind everyone up to level 60. Oh boy. Yeah, it's been taking a long while, especially doing things legitimately, but yeah, and anyway, yeah, as I said, I'm just gonna have to take your word for whatever happens in 2nd Gen and beyond. And if if that's the music, which I'll trust you, that's the music for the 2nd Gen Lavender Town. Yeah, it does sound a little more upbeat, like I said, because of, well, it's the same music, but overlapped with another instrument playing at the higher end and following the same tempo.
So, what we have is during Red and Blue, the graves were open to the public. Ghost Pokemon were possessing channelers, and Team Rocket had desecrated them. Then, 2 years later, the graves are moved, where most of them are in a secret place where Mr. Fuji only has access to. So, if Mismagius was there, and just hiding its location, then why did the music change? Let's consult Dexter one more time. It chants incantations. While they usually torment targets, some chants bring happiness. A similar song, instead of being tormented, it changes and becomes upbeat. Sounds a lot like a certain Pokemon, doesn't it? Case closed, my Pokemaniacs. This whole time, we just thought it was a creepy song, when it really was just Mismagius, sad and upset for what happened to the Pokemon Tower. So, the next time someone says, Lavender Town is creepy, you just tell them it's just Mismagius. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to take my Mismagius and go write some creepypastas. And then Gold looked in the mirror and saw the ghost of all the Pokemon he had fainted. He told himself that fainting Pokemon wasn't bad, and that it was just training. As the hordes of ghosts descended upon Gold, he realized he never fainted a Pokemon, but they all died because they never reached a Pokemon Center. Too dark? Comment section? Well, back to the drawing board. But let me know if this theory was a winner or just too creepy for words. Please leave your comments in the section below and let me know if I missed anything or if you have a worthwhile theory. Thanks for watching, Pokemaniacs. Please like and share my work. I have been your host, Proto Mario, and I am signing out. Good gaming and rest in peace.
Okay, well, that's the end of the theory, and honestly, I may have to come back and revisit this theory sometime in the future, once I'm, past 2nd Gen, at least. Because, having theories surrounding Pokemon descriptions to explain what's happening in Lavender Town isn't really an answer. I mean, the descriptions of Pokemon are just there. But who knows, maybe as I, eventually... I don't know what gen the mischievous or whatever Pokemon is, but once I get to that point, then I can definitely, I can potentially revisit this theory sometime in the future. And that's really all there is to say for this Wild Wednesday. So if you have any fan theories, preferably on video games that I've already uploaded or am in the process of uploading, or just a video that has to do with the video games in general, put it in the comment section down below. I'll give it a quick review and do a Wild Wednesday on it sometime in the future. I'll see you there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't hit that bell so you can always be notified whenever I upload another video. And of course, have fun.